Please to explain why I should agree to interview with pro-Zionist American media.
Because I think Hezbollah is trying to broaden into a political party right now. So you care about what you're thought of in America. And in America, at this moment in time, Hezbollah does not have a face. That's why.
Perhaps you prove journalism objectivity and I see the questions first. Then I decide if I grant the interview.
No, we don't do that. You've seen 60 Minutes and Mike Wallace, so you know our reputation for integrity and objectivity. You also know we are the highest rated, most respected TV magazine news show in America. So, Mr. Wallace, should he get on a plane or not?
Tell him I will see him day after tomorrow.
That's good, that works.
What are those boxes?
I'm going to the store. You need anything?
What do you need at the store?
Soy sauce.
Right now?
That's my stuff from the office.
Well, why did you take your stuff from the office?
I didn't want to leave it there.
I don't understand.
I got fired this morning. Where else am I going to take it?
Why? Who said?
Thomas Sandefur.
What are we supposed to do? What about our medical coverage? What about our health? What about our car payments, the payments on this house?
There's a severance agreement that includes cash payouts over time and continuing medical coverage. Sure you don't need anything?
No, thank you. Jeffrey?
Wygans, if you'd like to leave a message or send a fax, start now.
This is Lowell Bergman with 60 Minutes, and I'm doing a story on fire safety in cigarettes. I have scientific documents from a tobacco company, and I could use your help as a consultant explaining these documents to me. Now, my number is area code 510-555-0199. I'll be there at this number in 10 minutes. Just so I know you know. When I talk to people in confidence, it stays that way.
How did the radical journalists from Ramparts magazine end up at CBS?
I still do the tough stories. 60 Minutes reaches a lot of people.
Let me see the documents. This is a fire safety product study for Philip Morris. Burn rates, ignition propensity, things of this nature. I could very easily explain this to you in layman's terms because it's from another company. But that's as far as I go.
As far as you go where?
This issue is a drop in the bucket. I can talk to you about what's in here, but I can't talk to you about anything else. I signed a confidentiality agreement. I honor agreements. Doesn't CBS have confidentiality agreements, Mr. Bergman?
Between journalists and management, yes, I believe they do. But I don't take that seriously. Where do you work?
Did work.
Did work.
How much would I get paid?
That you have to discuss with CBS Business Affairs. But for something like this, I would say anywhere between 10, 12,000.
Should I just take the documents now?
If you want to do it.
I worked as a head of research and development for Brown & Williamson Tobacco Company. I was a corporate vice president.
We've drafted a supplement to your agreement. It broadly defines and expands in more detail what is confidential. Nobody will be able to say, well, hell's bells, Margaret, I didn't know that was a secret. We're very serious about protecting our interests. We'd like you to sign it.
And if I don't?
If we arrive at the conclusion that you're acting in bad faith, we would terminate right now payouts under your severance package, you and your family's medical benefits, and initiate litigation against you, Mr. Wygand.
Dr. Wygand.
Dr. Wygand. After you've examined the document, you'll see it's in your own best interest, and you'll sign it.
So what you're saying is it isn't enough that you fired me for no good reason. Now you question my integrity? On top of the humiliation of being fired, you threaten me? You threaten my family? It never crossed my mind not to honor my agreement. I will tell you, Mr. Sandifer, and Brown and Williamson too, fuck me? Well, fuck you.
I'm not sure he got the message.
Oh, I think it did.
Come here, I want to talk to you.
Good, I want to talk to you. This is
I
my
did
house.
not
In front of my
fire
wife,
you.
my kids.
I did not give you up to anyone.
What
I'm here
business do we have?
To straighten something out with you. Right here, right now.
You even mention my name. You haven't talked to anybody about
No,
me?
I'm not gonna mention
Why are
your
Brown
name.
and Williamson? No, I spoke
How the
to
hell do I know about Brown?
It happened
Williamson?
just after I talked to
I
you.
don't know.
I do
What
not
mad?
like coincidence.
Well, I don't like paranoid accusations. I'm a journalist. Think. Use your head. How do I operate as a journalist? By screwing the people who could provide me with information before they provided me with it.
You came all the way down here to tell me that?
No, I did not. Big tobacco is a big story, and you got something important to say, I can tell. But yes, I did. I came all the way down here to tell you. Story, no story. Fuck your story. I don't burn people. Then you're in a state of conflict, Jeff. Because look, here's how it lays out. If you got vital insider stuff, the American people for their welfare really do need to know, and you feel impelled to disclose it and violate your agreement in doing so, that's one thing. On the other hand, if you want to honor this agreement, then that's simple. You do so. You say nothing, you do nothing. There's only one guy who can figure that out for you, and that's you, all by yourself. Okay, let's look through the looking glass the other way.
What do you mean?
We got a guy who wants to talk, but he's constrained. What if he were compelled to talk?
Oh, torture. Great rating.
What do you mean compelled?
I mean, compelled by a Justice Department, state courts, to be a witness. That would cut through any confidentiality agreement, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What does that do?
What do you mean, what's it do?
What I mean is, like, how does it cut through the confidentiality agreement?
Because he has to reveal it in the court of law. It's on record, it's out. It's no secret anymore. So how can they restrain his speech or retaliate? It's out in the world.
Well, if you could engineer it into the court record, you might have something. I mean, they would have a hell of a time trying to restrain his speech then, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but what venue? And where does he get? I mean, does he have killer attorneys?
I don't think he's got any attorneys.
He's going to need attorneys who aren't afraid of risking years of litigation and millions of dollars of their own dough in legal costs.
What do you say, Mike? What do you think?
Even if he gets the defense team, will he go for it?
I'm just a commodity to you, aren't I? I could be anything, right? Anything worth putting on between commercials.
To a network, probably we're all commodities. To me, you're not a commodity. What you are is important. You go public and 30 million people hear what you gotta say. Nothing, I mean nothing, will ever be the same again. You believe that?
No.
You should. Because when you're done, a judgment is gonna go down in a court of public opinion, my friend. And that's the power you have.
You believe that?
I believe that. Yes, I believe
You
it.
believe that because you get information out to people, something happens.
Yes.
Maybe that's just what you've been telling yourself all these years to justify having a good job. Having status. And maybe for the audience, it's just voyeurism, something to do on a Sunday night. And maybe it won't change a fucking thing. And people like myself and my family are left hung out to dry, used up, broke, alone.
Are you talking to me, or did somebody else just walk in here? I never assume
want you
any
to
of
really
that.
understand
No,
exactly.
Don't evade a choice you gotta make by questioning my reputation or 60 Minutes with this cheap skepticism.
I have to put my family's welfare on the line here, my friend. And what are you putting up? You're putting up words.
Words. While you've been dicking around some fucking company golf tournaments, I've been out in the world giving my word and backing it up with action. Now, are you gonna go and do this thing or not?
You heard Mr. Sandifer say, before Congress, that he believed nicotine was not addictive.
I believe Mr. Sandifer perjured himself because I watched those testimonies very carefully.
No, all of us did. I mean, there was this whole line of people, a whole line of CEOs up there all swearing.
Part of the reason I'm here is that I felt that their representation clearly misstated, at least within Brown and Williamson's representation, clearly misstated what is common language within the company. We are in the nicotine delivery business.
And that's what cigarettes are for.
Delivery device for nicotine.
A delivery device for nicotine. Put it in your mouth, light it up, and you're going to get your fix.
You're going to get your fix.
You're saying that Brown and Williamson manipulates and adjusts the nicotine fix, not by artificially adding nicotine, but by enhancing the effect of nicotine through the use of chemical elements, such as ammonia.
The process is known as impact boosting. While not spiking nicotine, they clearly manipulate it. There's extensive use of this technology known as ammonia chemistry. It allows for the nicotine to be more rapidly absorbed in the lung and therefore affect the brain and central nervous system.
Hello, Lowell. Mike. Don. There has been so much soul searching about this Weigand. I've decided we should cut an alternate version of the show without his interview.
So what happened to Ms. Caparelli's checking with outside counsel first, all that crap?
That's happening. And hopefully we won't have to use the alternate, but we should have it in the can.
I'm not touching my film.
I'm afraid you are.
No, I'm not.
We're doing this with or without you, Lowell. If you like, I can assign another producer to edit your show.
Since when has the paragon of investigative journalism allowed lawyers to determine the news content on 60 Minutes?
It's an alternate version. So what if we have an alternate version? And I don't think her being cautious is so damned unreasonable.
So now, if you will excuse me, gentlemen, Mr. Rather's been complaining about his chair again.
Before you go, I discovered this. SEC filing for the sale of CBS Corporation to Westinghouse Corporation.
What? Yeah, I heard rumors.
Not a rumor, it's a sale. If Tisch can unload CBS for $81 a share to Westinghouse and then is suddenly threatened with a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit from Brown and Williamson, that could screw up the sale, could it not?
And what are you implying?
I'm not implying, I'm quoting. More vested interests. Persons who will profit from this merger. Ms. Helen Caparelli, General Counsel of CBS News, $3.9 million. Mr. Eric Cluster, President of CBS News, $1.4 million.
Are you suggesting that she and Eric are influenced by money?
No, of course they're not influenced by money. They work for free. And you are a volunteer executive producer.
CBS does not do that. And you're questioning our journalistic integrity.
No, I'm questioning your hearing. You hear reasonable and tortious interference. I hear potential Brown and Williamson lawsuit jeopardizing the sale of CBS to Westinghouse. I hear shut the segment down, cut Wygand loose, obey orders, and fuck off. That's what I hear.
You're exaggerating.
I am? You pay me to go get guys like Wygand, to draw him out, to get him to trust us, to get him to go on television. I do. I deliver him. He sits, he talks. He violates his own fucking confidentiality agreement. And he's only the key witness in the biggest public health reform issue, maybe the biggest, most expensive corporate malfeasance case in U.S. history. And Jeffrey Wygand, who's out on a limb, does he go on television and tell the truth? Yes. Is it newsworthy? Yes. Are we gonna air it? Of course not. Why? Because he's not telling the truth? No, because he is telling the truth. That's why we're not gonna air it. And the more truth he tells, the worse it gets.
You are a fanatic, an anarchist, you know that? If we can't have a whole show, then I want half a show rather than no show. But oh no, not you. You won't be satisfied unless you're putting the company at risk.
What are you? Are you a businessman or are you a newsman? Because that happens to be what Mike and I and some other people around here do for a living.
Lowell.
Put the corporation at risk? Give me a fucking break.
Lowell.
These people are putting our whole reason for doing what we do on the line.
Lowell.
What?
I'm with Don on this.
CBS is under criticism because the CBS News program 60 Minutes will not be presenting an interview.
What the hell are you doing?
Well, what does it look like I'm doing? I'm editing.
No, not that. I'm talking about the Associated Press. They got the story that we pulled this interview and they talked to Mike and I. Did you tell them that we were lying?
No, I should have. I told them I disagreed with you, Mike, and Cluster, that this segment is as good as the original. I'm not lying for you. I'm not gonna shut up for you. Not on any of it.
Hey, I'm not gonna fire you, okay? Take a vacation, now.
You manipulated me into this.
That's bullshit, Jeff.
You greased the rails.
I greased the rails for a guy who wanted to say yes. I helped him to say yes, that's all. You're not a robot, Jeff. Right? You got a mind of your own, don't you?
Up to you, Jeffrey. That's the power you have, Jeffrey. Vital insider information the American public need to know. Lowell Bergman, the hotshot who never met a source he couldn't turn around.
I fought for you, and I still fight for you.
You fought for me? You manipulated me into where I am now. Staring at the Brown and Williamson building. It's all dark except the 10th floor. That's the legal department. That's where they fuck with my life.
Jeffrey, where you going with this? So, where you going? You are important to a lot of people, Jeffrey. You think about that. You think about them. I'm running out of heroes, man. Guys like you are in short supply.
Yeah, guys like you, too.
Did I get you up?
No, I usually sit around my hotel room dressed like this at 5:30 in the morning. Sleepy look on my face.
How many shows have we done? Huh? Come on. How many?
Oh, lots.
That's right.
But in all that time, Mike, did you ever get off a plane, walk into a room, and find that a source for a story changed his mind? Lost his heart? Walked out on us? Not one fucking time. You wanna know why?
I see a rhetorical question on the horizon.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because when I tell someone I'm gonna do something, I deliver.
Oh, how fortunate I am to have Lowell Bergman's moral tutelage to point me down the shining path, to show me the way.
Mike.
Give me a break.
No, you give me a break. I never left a source hung out to dry, ever. Abandoned? Not till right fucking now. When I came on this job, I came with my word intact. I'm gonna leave with my word intact. This news division has been vilified in the New York Times, in print, on television, for caving to corporate
The New
interests.
York Times ran a blow-by-blow of what we talked about behind closed doors. You fucked us.
No, you fucked you. Don't invert stuff. Big Tobacco tried to smear Wygand, you bought it. The Wall Street Journal, here. not exactly a bastion of anti-capitalist sentiment, refutes Big Tobacco's smear campaign as the lowest form of character assassination. And now, even now, when every word of what Wygant has said on our show is printed, the entire deposition of his testimony in a court of law in the state of Mississippi, the cat totally out of the bag, you're still standing here debating. Don, what the hell else do you need?
Mike, you tell him.
You fucked up, Don.
Hey, it's old news. Stick with me like always. We'll be okay. These things have a half-life of 15 minutes.
No, that's fame. Fame has a 15-minute half-life. Infamy lasts a little longer. We caved. It's foolish. It's simply dead wrong. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going over to Blackrock. CBS management wouldn't let us broadcast our original story and our interview with Jeffrey Wygant because they were worried about the possibility of a multi-billion-dollar lawsuit against us for tortious interference. But now things have changed. What Dr. Wygant told us was that his former colleague...
perpetrated the biggest fraud on the American public in history. They killed millions and millions.
You wish you hadn't blown the whistle?
Yeah, there are times I wish I hadn't done it. There are times I feel compelled to do it. If you ask me, would I do it again? Do I think it's worth it? Yeah, I think it's worth it.